Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? How are you? My name is Annabelle and today we are going to be dyeing my hair red. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. We are almost at 100K, almost at 90,000 subscribers, but almost at 100,000. And I would love to hit 100,000 by the end of the year. So if you watch me or like this content, please subscribe. But we are doing like y'all's all-time favorite video, which is dyeing my hair red. As you can see, I am a fake redhead. It is time to refresh my hair color. It's been about, I think, like almost 6.5 weeks, something like that, since I colored it last. And I'm dying to color it. We're going to be doing, I think, pretty much the same thing I did last time. But you guys have literally told me that even if I do the same thing every time, you love these videos. And so today's going to be fun because I think I'm going to do coloring my hair with you and also telling you some facts about me so that you can get to know me a little bit better, because I realize I talk a lot about hair and it's kind of fun to also let you guys learn more about me while I dye my hair red. So stay tuned if you want formula, tips, tricks, see the result, before and afters. Stay tuned. Literally the best day ever because I wait and count down the days until I can dye my hair and refresh my color. So I just brushed out my hair. This is my before. Still like so much darker. As if you've been following me, you know I used to be a lighter copper, and when my lighter copper would fade, I feel like it almost faded to blonde, honestly. But this still doesn't fade as much. I've been using like my hair masks to make my hair more vibrant. Those like the DP Hue ones and Christoph. I link them on my Amazon just so you know. But that's been helping kind of keep some of my color, but it's definitely not as dark and reddy as I like to be. So we're going that darker auburny red color today. Oh, I was gonna say I'm getting my hair cut on Thursday, and I'm gonna film that process too because you guys always ask about my haircut. My hairstylist was like, chill with me vlogging, so that's super cool. I'm coloring my hair today because it's Monday. I realized I need to color my hair because I don't want to wash my hair again for at least a few days. If you're a fake redhead and are dyeing your hair red, a massive tip is when you first get your hair color, you color it yourself. Do not wash your hair for at least 48 to 72 hours after that first initial rinse and shampoo, because your hair will lose a majority of its color because the red hair like color molecules are so hard for your hair to hold on to. So wait as long as you can. And I know I'm getting my hair cut, which means they'll shampoo it later on in the week. So I was like, I need to color my hair today because I want my hair color, of course, to last as well as it can. So I'm back with my Schwarzkopf Igora permanent hair color. Same sort of thing as last time. I'll put the picture on the screen of the shades again so you can kind of get the idea of what I'm going for. But 677 is the main one, less of 757, and then the least is the 680. Although I did a little bit more 680, which is that dark color, that dark red. I did more right now this time than I did last time, because last time was the first time using it and I was a little bit more nervous. And then I just mixed this with my 10 volume. I give this disclaimer every time. I'm a hairstylist. That's why I can buy professional hair color. That's also why I feel comfortable doing my own hair. I never want to gatekeep a formula or not bring you guys along because you love it and I'm so thankful and it's so fun. But obviously proceed with caution if you ever color your own hair. I will always recommend going and seeing a hairstylist because we know what we're doing. We want to protect your hair, but nonetheless, that is what I use, whether you share this with your hairstylist or whatever you do with it. I always like to share my formula because red hair color can be hard to find the perfect shade you like. So I always want to be sharing the information so that it's helpful for hairstylists out there or for you to show to your hairstylist. And of course, my hair starting point is different. So sometimes that's why it's good to talk to a hairstylist about it. That's really why I say that, is because just because you do what I do doesn't mean it'll turn out the same, because our process has been different, our hair colors are different, how we got here are different, if that makes sense. But let's just jump in. Actually have gloves this time. I don't think I had gloves in the last video, so we're making progress. All right, we are all mixed up, 10 volume. We're gonna start in the back as we always do. I sectioned off the front and we're just gonna begin coloring as we do. I'm hoping I don't run out of color this time. Last time I didn't run out, but it was a little bit of a close call. So I'm just beginning in the back, and my first fun fact about me is that I was homeschooled my entire life. Can you even believe that? And if you're like, what do you mean by homeschooled? My mom was my main educator for the majority of my life. And then I was like a part of a program where I ended up having teachers. But I went to like a very small school that like supported our education and provided some things that we needed. But yes, I was a homeschool kid. No, I did not wear pajamas every day, and I honestly loved it. I'm already looking a little crazy. But another fact about me is that I am actually married. Some of y'all probably know that. And I met my husband when I was 18 years old, working for a church in Northern Ireland. I've grown up and was raised in Orange County in Southern California, so meeting somebody all the way in Northern Ireland was kind of crazy, but also everybody thought that's what was gonna happen, that's how I'd probably meet my person. They just saw me doing that, I guess. And on that sort of same wavelength, I'm a Christian and have been pretty much my entire life. I was raised in the Christian church, which comes with a lot of stuff. If you know, you know. I should make a whole video on that probably, but I'm really proud to say that today I'm still a Christian, and my relationship with God trumps all bad experiences I've had with people, which isn't easy, but I'm thankful for that. My favorite food is Mexican food, and I'm a huge country music stan, and like my dream life is that every weekend I go line dancing, and it's actually a goal of mine to learn line dancing. I know a few dances, but learn it a little bit better and be able to just like go to like a fun country bar and like keep up, because I feel like line dancing is such a fun vibe, and that's actually something my mom used to do all the time when she was younger, so yeah. So from what I can tell, the back section roots are covered, so we'll just go in and do these front pieces. These are a lot easier to do than the back, but I've never really missed a spot from what I can tell. So, and what my husband can tell when he like checks for me sometimes, so that's good. Another fact about me is that I actually have struggled with Lyme's disease on and off my whole life. I was diagnosed at a young age, and when I say on and off, it's because sometimes my Lyme disease has gone into remission, or sometimes it's active, and obviously depending on if it's in remission or if it's active majorly depends on, it makes you feel one way or the other, which has been really hard for different seasons of my life, but I've come to a good place with it, and I can take care of my body pretty well for what it needs, although it does change seasonally. But yeah, that's been like a massive thing that has affected a lot of days of my life, but just one day at a time. Another fact about me, which may be kind of obvious, obviously I love hair. I'm a licensed professional hairstylist, and I have loved hair since literally the beginning of time. I was obsessed with dolls and Barbies because I just wanted to do their hair all the time. I was always doing my friend's hair in high school, and it's just been something that's followed me my entire life. It's a true passion. I love it. Making hair beautiful is so fun. I am the middle child. I have an older sister and a younger brother, and I feel like being the middle child is hard. They always talk about that, but I don't know, now as an adult, I'm happy to be the middle child. I think being the oldest can be stressful too, so I'm happy with that. And my parents live locally to where I live, like 30 minutes from me, so that's super, super fun. And I get to be by my parents again, because we lived in England for the last couple of years. Because I think, as I said, my husband's English, so we just kind of came back from that, so we made like a massive international move. Another fact about me is like I loved a lot of things about England, like the people, of course, our family, the food, but I like hated living there, and I think I felt really like bad to even be honest, which you should never feel ashamed or embarrassed to be truthful about how you're feeling emotionally, but I never wanted people to feel offended by that or something. But I know it's not offensive because it's nothing about the people, but it just wasn't a good fit for like my health and the weather and different things like that. Really struggled, like seasonal depression and things like that. So really happy to be back in Southern California, and I'm really thankful because Will, my husband, really likes living here too. You know, both being unhappy is really, really hard, so I'm really thankful that he loves living here, and it's like an easy win for both of us. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the rest of the color and run it through my ends, of course. So I usually, if you haven't watched me do this before, I just take small sections on my hand. This is why gloves are incredibly important, and just begin painting it on. But another fun fact about me is that I didn't leave the US until I was 18 when I met my husband and lived in Northern Ireland, which I think is such like a normal American experience that we don't even half the time have passports and we never leave the country. But since then, I've been able to travel a lot, and I kind of began an international life, obviously marrying an international, but we actually just came back a few months ago from traveling for 6 weeks, so that was like super, super fun. And if you can leave your country and travel and see the world, you must. Another fun fact about me is that I'm absolutely animal obsessed, even though I don't have any yet. I grew up with a cat that we rescued, and I always was like super involved with like any type of like rescue type situations, whether volunteering. My husband and I during COVID, I should just call him Will. You guys know who I'm talking about. Will and I during COVID fostered kittens with like a shelter that was rescuing them, and it was literally, oh my gosh, I just spilled color. Oh my gosh, it went on me, thank God. I don't know if you saw that, y'all. Maybe we can zoom back in and post all the color drop. And it was the best experience of my life fostering kittens, but that was when we discovered how freaking allergic Will is to cats. So unless we get a hypoallergenic cat, which is obviously possible, they're just so expensive, and it makes me feel bad because so many cats, you know, need homes that it makes me kind of feel bad to get hypoallergenic, if you get me, you know what I mean? Obviously those cats need homes too, but I love cats, but I think we might get a dog eventually. Hopefully. Will, right? Aren't we gonna get a dog? Another fact about me, growing up, I was a competitive rock climber. Not to say that I was super good, but we were part of a rock climbing gym, and I literally went like 4 days a week at least. I was a part of a team, but then I would go for fun. My siblings did with me. My mom got really into it, and we all were like rock climbing indoor and outdoor. It's freaking hard on your body though. Like, as much as I love it, I was like, it destroys your body. It's so savage to your everything. I'm pretty sure I gave myself whiplash, but I did love it. But proceed with caution. Another fact about me, this isn't really a fact, it's just a funny conversation that I think might be interesting. I think you guys talk to me about this in the comments, but I feel like I'm in my flop era. And I was saying to Will yesterday, and I think he's literally like, he doesn't watch like TikToks or anything. He's like, what even is an era? And I'm like, if you don't know what an era is, it's basically a silly little, obviously we know what an era is, but the way that it's being used right now is people are just saying like, oh, I'm in my red hair era, you know, or I'm in my coloring my hair myself era. Like, you just basically say an era is like any length of time or any moment in time. It doesn't have to actually be like 100 years or anything, but it's kind of funny because people are like, it's just kind of like a joke, right? Like, you just say different things are an era. Like, I'm in my Pilates era right now. It may last for 1 week, but it's an era. Anyways, and I was saying I'm in my flop era, and I was watching one of my favorite influencers, JC Smith. You guys probably know who she is. She's a redhead queen, actually. She was like, I was in a 3-year flop era, and now I'm in my slay era. And I was like, I kind of feel like I'm in a flop era. Like, I'm working hard, but nothing really feels to be sticking or hitting. My content, sometimes it feels just repetitive and boring. Like, I don't know what people want. I don't know what sets me apart sometimes. Like, I think when you look at yourself all the day, creating content, you're looking at your face, and you're just looking at your phone, and you're looking at, it's social media, right? You can get really like stuck in like, what is reality? What do people want from me? What is interesting that I'm doing? And you can get like negative and feel like, oh, I'm not, growing enough. And that's kind of where I've been. Like, I feel like I grew really fast on certain social media pages, like a year ago when I first started, and now it's slowed down in certain ways. And I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? And I think sometimes we can't think like that. Like, it's not that you're doing something wrong or right. I really think social media and like timing and life and all that stuff is kind of just as it comes. It's luck of the draw. Like, we are not like controlling our reality fully, like as in what happens and when. We can control how we respond, but I can't like totally control what tomorrow brings, right? But what I can control is how I respond and the mindset I choose to have. And so I'm trying to be positive and kind to myself and be like, hey, you know what, you're working hard and like there's a lot of payoff, but also like when you're sewing into something you're so passionate about, like social media has been a dream of mine forever, and I'm getting to do it as a full-time job, and it is successful. Like, I'm not over here starving or something. Like, I am able to make a life out of it. But I think I'm like, it's so easy to compare yourselves to other people who are on a journey with you or doing social media as well and different things like that. And you can do that in any line of work. It's easy to do. When I was a like full-time hairstylist as well, like I would do that. I'd be like, oh, I just want to, you know, be better. I want to be more confident, or I want to have less anxiety. You know, I want to know how to do every method and do, you know, whatever. And so when I'm saying I'm in my flop era, I feel like I'm in my flop era, but probably, I think there are some real things. Like, I feel like the algorithm has been really hard on things like TikTok, and there's some things like that, but actually I think it's a mindset too. Like, when you stop putting yourself first, obviously not putting yourself first in ways that are incredibly selfish to where like I don't care for like my family. I think that's a whole other thing. Putting yourself first is great until, I know people are like, be selfish, and I'm like, yes, but like we're all naturally really selfish. So I sometimes don't think people need more pushing to be more selfish. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, self-love and valuing yourself is so important, but I feel like that's different than like being selfish. Like, selfish isn't the right word, right? When you're valuing yourself, you're actually valuing the people around you as well, because they will get a better version of you. And I feel like when people have been like, oh, I'm in like my selfish, it's only about me space, and it's like, hey, actually, I don't know if that's like selfish. Like, it's probably a beautiful thing that you're giving yourself time to heal or to do the things you love, because ultimately everybody in your life will only benefit by you like prioritizing your mental health and stuff like that. But anyways, selfish feels like a negative thing. That's another tangent, but I feel like I'm trying to be more intentional about doing things that I love, and having outlets of passion and joy and things that feed back into me, and starting every day with gratitude and not comparing, because literally comparing your life to anyone else will be the thief of all joy and happiness. So that's, I think I'm entering into my slay era. It's like makes it into silly little words, but flop era versus slay era, because I'm like trying to intentionally choose to shift my mindset and also prioritize things that I love doing, even if it's like silly, stupid stuff, which it's not stupid, but like I want to line dance. Like, that's important to me. Like, that's a priority, something I need to make a priority. Even if no one in my life wants to do it, I need to do it. You know what I'm saying? That was a long tangent, but I kind of just wanted you guys to get to know me better. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm so thankful for my job, and I'm like, I want to be able to spend like time like talking with you guys, you know. Oh, that did go on the ground. Because these are the really important things in life. So anyways, this is all on. Let me clean up the thing on the floor really fast. All right, hair color's on. I have a tiny bit of excess. I'm going to take a Q-tip, because I actually have Q-tips, and I'm going to apply the extra product to my brows. I wash it off before I get in the shower, just so that the hair color doesn't run in my eyes. Like I've said before, this is what I feel comfortable doing, and I'm doing it to myself. But there are like eyebrow kits, which are going to be gentler to your skin and things like that. I've never had a reaction, of course, to my hair color on my skin or anything, but I'm just saying, just because I do it, you don't have to. But I'm going to bring you along with the real reality of what I do. And yeah, I've never had an issue, but there are eyebrow, you know, kits out there as well. All right, you guys know the drill. 45-minute timer set. So I'm going to go do some chores around the house and probably take off. Look at this hair color that's on my face. I'm gonna wipe some of that off, and then I will shower. What am I gonna use today? I think I will use my Day shampoo. It's the best. I love Day hair, but my Day Monsoon Milk shampoo. But then I think I'm not gonna condition, because I'm going to follow up with K18, which when you do this, you don't condition. So I think that's what I'm gonna do today. My hair always feels so soft after I color it, so it never really has any tangles or anything. So I feel like I need less of that conditioner, you know, conditioning situation. So K18, because it's like a Bond molecular repair hair mask. I love my K18, so I'm gonna use that today, and then we'll style and stuff. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about styling. My mom's coming over to help me with something in the house, so I may have some time between now and when you guys see me next, but you'll see me when my hair is either wet or dry. We'll see how the day goes, but I'll check in with ya in a little bit. All right, you guys, here are the final results. My hair is darker, more vibrant, I would say, because I added more of that 680 shade. It's definitely more vibrant this time, but my hair always fades, as all redheads do, so I'm really happy with it. And I'm gonna clip in some hair extensions too, because I'm gonna go to dinner tonight. But I did a fun little makeup look. I did some green eyeshadow because my hair is so fresh that I might as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little chit-chatty dye my hair with me video. Let me know if you have any questions down below. But I love all my redheads out there, and so many of you have colored your hair using my formula, and that means so much to me, and I'm so glad I could be helpful that way. But yeah, final results. What do we think? I'm happy to be darker. I feel like I like my hair lighter too, but at some point it does get too light, so it's kind of nice to be refreshed and dark. So I love y'all. I'll see you in my next video. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot over there and I'm super active, so yes, I would love to connect with you over there. But I'll see you in my next video. Red hair girl out. Bye.